Hello, everybody. This is Lisa. I hope you're having an awesome Tuesday. Um, so today is Tuesday Health Day, or at least that's the day I usually do it on. And so I do it on whatever comes to me. And this weekend I was a greeter in church, and a lady came up to me, and she kind of was fatigued. I asked her later what was going on, and she went in to tell me that she's being tested for something called sarcoidosis. There we go. And so she was talking about the fatigue, and she said, it hasn't been completely diagnosed, but fatigue is a huge part of it. So I decided to look it up because she didn't think I'd know about it. And I said, yeah, I've heard about it, but I need to refresh my memory. And I always like to hear from the person what's going on with them because everybody's different. So, anyway, I looked up on the Mayo Clinic and a doctor's site and PubMed, and came up with a few different things. Okay, first of all, introduction. Sarcoidosis is an inflammatory disease that has tiny collections of cells called granulomas in any part of the body, but most commonly in the lungs and lymph nodes. It can affect eyes, skin, heart, and other organs. Okay, the cause is unknown. There's a lot of unknowns with autoimmune, okay? However, experts think it results from the body's immune system responding to an unknown substance. Some research suggests that infectious agents like chemicals and a potential abnormal reaction to the body's own proteins could be responsible. They really don't know. Symptoms are fatigue, swollen lymph nodes, weight loss, pain and swelling in joints, such as ankles. So there's a lot of inflammation going on here. And if you've listened to any of my videos, we've kind of looked, and just through studying, doctors have told me that 90% of autoimmune diseases, which is what this is, are caused by inflammation. No surprise there, right? Okay, so what is it we're doing that's raising our inflammation? Well, there's a lot of factors. But anyway, and I've gone over that before. There are certain things that you can do and certain things to help yourself, which is what I get excited about. It's not that I'm excited that this woman has, or anybody else is sick. I'm excited that there is a way for us to gain control. God has left us with so many things that we can control. And usually it just starts at the basics with us, okay? So anyway, that was kind of off of what I was going to say. But there are things, okay, I can go into all of what it does, but it's painful. In the lungs, it can cause a dry cough, chest pain, and more. In the eyes, it can cause blurred visions, eye pain, burning, itching, or dry eyes, severe redness, sensitivity to light. Now, just because you have some of these symptoms does not necessarily mean you have sarcoidosis. I've had dry eyes before too, and it ended up being more of a hormonal issue. Took some hormonal support, and voila, it seems to have gotten better. Nothing I say here is intended to cure or anything like that. I'm not a doctor. I'm just sharing experiences and trying to reach out to people for potential help, because a lot of times I have noticed that people almost end up solving some of their own problems when things aren't going quite well. Doctors don't always get a lot of time either, and they're trained a lot of times for drugs, or they've been screaming for years about eat better, do this, do that, and I think they probably just gave up because a lot of people just ignored them, and they're like, okay, well, what do you want? And they try to work it that way too. I've heard some doctors say that about the medical profession. I'm like, that's not necessarily the thing, but we do need to be better at listening, don't we? I know I do. Okay, so Dr. Axe and has there's a whole bunch of this article, and I'm not going to keep you on here for it, but there's 11 natural ways to manage sarcoidosis. And it did say in the Mayo Clinic article, some of these symptoms go away on their own. They just flare up periodically. A lot of people manage very well without medication. Some need medication, so or they do get medication. I don't know if you need it, but I'm not you. So anyway, let's get back to the point because I'm stuttering and sorry about that. But anyway, happy November, by the way. So here's a few things that you can do. Number one, avoid pollutions and lung irritants such as dust and chemicals. Two, get regular exercise and improve your cardiovascular health. Okay, pretty controllable. Get regular eye exams and lung function tests since your disease can get worse without you noticing. Attend regular checkups with your primary healthcare physician and report any new or worsening symptoms. Eat a healthy, balanced diet, low in processed sugars and trans fatty acids. Completely controllable, right? That one. Eat to reduce inflammation. Ask a healthcare professional about herbs and supplements to reduce inflammation. And this goes into several things. Fish oil, 1 to 3 tablespoons per day. I don't know about you, but me and fish oil and the stomach don't work. If you've ever heard, I've gone over this before. I have a gut issue and I don't absorb well. So I have gone to getting my vitamins this way. This is half a patch. Okay, where did I put the whole one? I want to show you the whole one. Okay, that's a 1-inch patch, and it's this, and it has the fish oil in it. I don't deal with the taste or the burping up or any of that stuff. Never have. So thankful for this, because I tell you what, my stomach is very thankful I am able to get supplements and not have to deal with the nausea and all that stuff. And it goes in with the heat metabolism of your body, so that's how it releases. I don't see a lot of literally flushing it out. Okay, and the next thing, so that had the fish oil in it. It has a lot of other stuff in it too, but it's been really good for me and my husband. Bromelain is derived from pineapple, turmeric, curcuma, longa, and cat's claw. It does say, now there's a conflict on a couple of the articles about vitamin D that said some people need it, some didn't. So just be careful on that one. Join a sarcoidosis support group for helping. Talk with your healthcare provider before getting pregnant and get regular checkups. Okay. So there's a lot you can do. Eat to reduce inflammation. Then I checked out what their anti-inflammatory foods do. And I have to tell you, I tried this, okay? Who would ever think there was a patch for weight loss? Well, there is patch 1 and patch 2. They perform different things. I did very well on this, but I also incorporated the anti-inflammatory diet, which is close to low carb, really close to keto, and I think that's why a lot of people do so well on ketos, because they get rid of the inflammatory foods in a lot of cases as well. But anti-inflammatory works a little bit better for me. It's still low in carb. I still use a lot of the low carb recipes. However, because anti-inflammatory takes out dairy, that works better for me, because like I said, the gut issue and just the allergies and all that. So let's go into when the immune system overreaches and begins, this is Dr. Axe, it begins attacking healthy body tissues. We're met with an autoimmune disorder like leaky gut and inflammation in otherwise healthy areas of the body. Okay, this is, anti-inflammatory diet. Move toward the anti-inflammatory diet. And if anybody I have the copy of that. But also, with inflammation, you can try CBD. I have used it for some inflammation. My husband has. I don't use the kind, there is a patch for it. You don't have to try and taste it and get the delusion with the oils and all that. And it worked pretty well for me. It was, the 50 milligrams, but you can cut it in half if you don't need that much. That is an anti-inflammatory. It has also helped me with many, many other things. I liken that to the nerve endings in the body. It just kind of sets everything on the same channel, like walkie-talkies. They all have to be on the same channel to communicate. So does your body. And sometimes it just needs a little bit of help. Okay. So back to the foods. And we did also talk about herbal supplements. It is an herbal supplement. Antioxidant foods, minerals, essential fatty acids. Let's see, there's little doubt that the pursuit of a healing diet or paleo diet begins with a menu high in vegetables, fruits, wild meats, sprouted seeds, and with omega-3 benefits. Okay, anti-inflammatory foods, green leafy vegetables, and it's going into a whole list of, you know, the foods that you can eat. So that is controllable by you. There are going to be some things that, you know, maybe you just don't like or can't have, and you can make up with it with supplementation. I have found that to be very helpful. Let's see, what else does it say? Turmeric. We actually have a patch, a couple patches that have turmeric in it. Ginger, anti-inflammatory. And then it goes into which foods to avoid. So I'm not going to go in and list all these. If you want the information, that's fine. But my point is, you can control some of these things. So I'm very happy to be able to speak to this woman and tell her, you know, we did talk a little, and she does not want medication. She's not a big medication fan, and I don't blame her. Almost every one I take backfires or just stops working. So what's the point, right? Okay, so in honor of all this, or I don't know if it's an honor, but anyway, because I've been doing research and using the supplementation and cooking, I'm going to work it all together with on a website, and I'll be introducing that soon enough. It's called the Maker's Directions, and I do introduce God's directions because He's left us with so much stuff that we can do on ourselves. I mean, my goodness, our brains are capable of managing most things, okay? You can get help, but He's also given us other people to help us out. He's left Himself behind, you know, words, directions, how to live mentally, things like that. So it's going to incorporate it all. I hope it does it really well, and I hope to see some of you there. Okay, and if somebody has shared this with you that wasn't me, go ahead and get back to them, because they obviously thought enough of you to go ahead and share this with you for one reason or another. And it's super courteous, you know, just to get back to them and either say thank you or whatever it is. And if you want to pursue anything, and if it was me that you came across my site just out of happenstance, you know, get with me. I would very much like to help you. So again, be excited, not because people are sick, but because in this case, it looks like it's controllable. And that's such a relief. I think some of the mystery or some of the stress that goes into a lot of our illnesses is the what if and how do I manage it. It is controllable by you. And once you feel like you've got some control over it, guess what? You can soar with this. You can grow with this, and you can overcome. Have a great day, everybody. This is Lisa. Bye.